I know this one's late, let's just say there were a few personal setbacks that prevented me from getting a review up sooner. So anyway, this is the first post-Abrams Star Trek movie. Now, for a lot of diehard fans of Star Trek, this is probably really good news, and for the rest of us, well, they probably couldn't really care less, to be honest, because most of the average moviegoers usually don't care about who's directing what, they usually care about the people they see on screen, so that's a separate discussion for another time. However, not only is this film carrying some of the baggage from the previous two Abrams movies, it just so happened to be coming out during the year of the 50th anniversary of Star Trek the original series. With these facts in mind, it begs the question, with Star Trek Beyond, does Star Trek as a franchise return to the cerebral roots that portray a possible future, or does the film simply try to imitate the action fare that we've seen from the previous Abrams movies? To that question, I simply have to say, can it be both? Beyond picks up at the 3-year mark of the 5-year exploratory mission of the Starship Enterprise, and here we see a dramatic shift in focus compared to the previous two films. While the previous two films were very quick to get to the action, here we're actually being shown just the kind of toll such a mission exploring uncharted space can take on a lot of the crew, for better and for worse. I mean, we actually get to see some of the day-to-day functions of Starfleet, and also get to see what some of these crew members do in the brief moments of respite they're given. In addition to seeing the day-to-day functions of the crew of the Enterprise, we also see how the crew, and not just the people we know the names of, but the crew as a whole, comes together during a crisis that not only threatens the lives of the crew, but the very ship itself, with everyone more or less being pushed to their limits. That's not to say that the film is above the sort of aspects that made the Abrams films popular. It manages to actually work in the action and the humor that newer fans of Star Trek have come to know and love. However, I feel here it's been given a serious upgrade. The action has a really nice flow to it, granted there's still a bit of the shaky cam, but the main thing I liked about it is the sense of practical application. What I mean by this is that in a lot of these action scenes, the characters aren't just doing stuff because it looks cool and it's for the audience's benefit. You can actually see kind of the logic that they're going through, like thinking, okay, we've got this setting here, so I can hide here, do here. You basically see them taking advantage of their environment and their equipment to basically take part in these action scenes. It's not just action for the sake of action, you actually see the logic these characters go through in terms of what they're actually trying to accomplish. As for the humor, it's the same character-driven humor that most fans know and love about the Star Trek movies, and you actually get to see how they interact in more dire circumstances, and it leads to some pretty funny moments where you get to watch these characters play off of each other because the casting is just that good. Overall, this film feels a lot more like a Star Trek movie, insofar that it actually explores the various consequences and ramifications of the actions of both Starfleet and the United Federation of Planets on the known universe, and at the same time it also explores the kinds of decisions, both big and small, that the crew of the Enterprise has to face on a day-to-day basis. It takes a lot of the elements that people love about the old movies and the original series, and the elements that people love about the Abrams movies, and combines it all into one thoroughly entertaining package. This is definitely a Trek film for both fans, old and new, and definitely puts the franchise in the right place for continuation under new management. All of that said, Star Trek Beyond gets a 5 out of 5. So that's it for this episode of Romney's Reviews. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time.